Not gonna lie, I really like mechanical keyboards, and I've accumulated quite a few over the years, and let me know if you see a trend here. Rosewill RK9000, about $90 stock with customizations, about $100, $110. G-Skill Ripjaws KM780, $140. Logitech G710 with MX Blues, $80. E-Element RGB keyboard, $80. Quirky Writer typewriter keyboard, $350. So obviously the trend is expensive keyboards, and especially a couple years ago, almost every mechanical keyboard used Cherry MX switches, which were expensive to produce and purchase for your keyboard, so everything was like $100 or more. And then the shift towards non-Cherry mechanical switches like Kale switches or Gatoron switches, that kind of lowered the price because they were cheaper to produce, still felt basically the same and still lasted a very long time. So then you started seeing the $80, $70, $90 keyboards. But this keyboard right here, this is the Red Dragon mechanical keyboard, and it breaks that trend. This is just $40, and it's a full mechanical keyboard. And if this video gets 2,000 likes, I will be giving one away on my Twitter at MSTechYT. Check out dealhunter.tech for the best tech deals updated daily by yours truly. I make sure each product has good reviews, and I check the price history to make sure it really is a good deal, link down below. And for those of you that use Twitter, I also tweet each new deal with the account at dealhuntertech. So I'll start with the build, because somehow they did need to reach that $40 price point and sacrifice something, but it's really not with the build quality. It's made out of plastic and metal, the outside is plastic, and the plate underneath the keys is metal, so you still get a nice feel when you're typing on it. And then it does not have a numpad, it's a 10 keyless variant, but there's plenty of times where a 10 keyless costs just as much as a full keyboard, because a lot of people prefer not to have the numpad if they don't use it, because then they have more room for the mouse and things like that. So the build quality, despite being $40, is actually really good. Now moving on to backlighting, there is backlighting on this $40 mechanical keyboard. There is red backlighting back there, which again is just very impressive. Moving on to the keycaps, these are ABS keycaps, which is kind of expected on a cheaper keyboard like this, but even like $100 keyboards use ABS keycaps. Very few use the higher quality PBT keycaps, so there's really no surprise there that it's ABS, and they are double shot, so you can see the LEDs shine through very well. Again, pretty standard stuff, just at a very inexpensive price. Moving on to the key switches, it does come with a key puller, which is impressive at this price point. So if you take a key off, or a keycap off, you can see that it looks like a Cherry MX blue switch within that. And on the Amazon page, it says they're trying to copy a Cherry MX green switch, which is 70 grams of actuation force. These are actually 55-ish grams of actuation force, so it's more of a Cherry MX blue clone. And the actual switch type, the writing is kind of hard to see on the transparent switch underneath the keycaps, but from some light research, they look like Greetech switches, which again is just another clone of MX, Cherry MX switches, but it still feels very solid. And honestly, if they can use this clone and reach that $40 price point, at least in my opinion, it's completely worth it. And moving on to the bottom, there are two height adjustable feet with rubber covers on it, so it won't slip or slide on the table or anything, which is actually impressive because a lot of higher end mechanical keyboards don't even have rubber covers on their feet, just on the bottom of the keyboard, so it's really nice to see that. And so far in this video, this keyboard just defies the market. It has everything a higher end mechanical keyboard has at a cheaper price. And really the only thing that's giving it away is the switches. The switches have to be less expensive to reach that price point, but they still feel very good. Very similar to Cherry MX Blues. Honestly, if you put them side by side, I probably wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. So with all the features out of the way, let's go hook it up to the computer and give it a typing test and see how it performs. Alright, so here we are, it's on the desk. I have OBS recording the screen. We're just going to enter a typing race, as usual, phone going off. And I did do one test typing race, and I typed 118 words per minute, so I have high hopes for this keyboard. And I think that's more just a switch type. I don't think it's this keyboard very uniquely, but let's go ahead and enter the test. And I'm just going to not talk while I'm typing so you can hear the sound of the switches that the keyboard makes. Alright, well there you go, 112 words per minute. This keyboard is very fun to type on. Again, it's really just similar to Cherry MX Blues. It doesn't feel that different at all. And I guess I could say, oh, it feels a little bit different, less quality. Really, you cannot tell the difference. If they were side by side, maybe you could tell the very slightest difference between the two. But honestly, for $40, this is hands down the best keyboard you could get. I'm all about mechanical keyboards, and if you have $40 to spend on a keyboard, get this. Do not get a membrane keyboard, get this keyboard. That's it for this video. This is a ridiculous mechanical keyboard for $40, a real mechanical keyboard for $40. Remember, if this video reaches 2,000 likes, I will be giving one away on Twitter at MSTechYT. The link is also in the description. Thank you for watching, subscribe to see more content, and as always, stay classy.